Good Thursday morning, everybody. Welcome to my Week 7 NFL predictions. And Mason Sapesky here, your host. We've been doing good as of late with the predictions. Last week, I think we went 10-5. Some crazy games in the NFL last week, especially with the 49ers-Eagles game. And there were a lot of crazy ones that were hard to get right. I didn't get the 49ers or the Eagles game right, obviously, but sorry to burp. Didn't hurt me much overall with my predictions. My prediction record so far on this season is 63-30. I know I told you guys I'd try to have scores this time. Unfortunately, I did not take the picture on my phone, and I'm filming on my iPad. So, unfortunately, that won't happen this time I'm filming on my phone. Could possibly turn on my iPad, see what I could do there. Just give me 5 seconds. Alrighty, we're back. Let me see what I can do in terms of my iPad. Again, I'm sorry, I never come prepared for these shows. Life's been busy as of late, obviously, with academics and all that kind of stuff. But it's because of life being busy for me, it's going to be a quick show today, especially since a lot of teams are on bye this week. So definitely a quick show today. So anyway. Oh, yeah, I do have score predictions. I can get them on my iPad, so We'll do score predictions too today. So I did come through with my promise after all. Anyway, let's get right into it though with probabilities right now. I'm gonna go for, as you guys know the drill, I'm guessing by now. I'm gonna go for each team, their current record, what I predict they will be, playoff percentage, division percentage, conference percentage, and last but not least, certainly not least, Super Bowl percentage. So without further ado, here we go. Dolphins 5-1 projected record, 14-3, 98% playoffs, 50% division, 20% conference, 10% Super Bowl. Bills 4-2, 13-4 projected, 86% playoff, 40% division, 6% conference, 3% Super Bowl. Jets 3-3, 10-7 projected, 40% playoff chance, 8% division chance, 2% conference chance, 1% Super Bowl chance. Patriots 1-5 at the moment, 6-11 projected record, 5% playoff chance, 2% division chance, 1% conference chance, 1% Super Bowl chance. Sorry as I'm yawning. On to the AFC North now. Baltimore Ravens 4-2, 10-7 projected record, 64% playoff chance, 37% division chance, 5% conference chance, 1% Super Bowl chance. Steelers 3-2 currently at the moment. Projected record 10-7, 52% playoff chance, 13% division chance, 4% conference chance, 1% Super Bowl chance. Browns are currently 3-2, 8-9 projected record, 39% playoff probability, 11% division probability, 2% conference, 1% Super Bowl. Bengals 3-3 currently, 11-6 projected record, 45% playoff chance, 39% division chance, 8% conference chance, 4% Super Bowl chance. Jacksonville Jaguar. On to the AFC South now. Jacksonville Jaguars 4-2 at the moment. 14-3 projected record, 95% playoff chance, 92% division chance, 15% conference chance, 5% Super Bowl chance. Colts 3-3 at the moment. 6-11 projected record, 22% playoff chance, 2% division chance, 1% conference chance, 1% Super Bowl chance. Houston Texans, they're currently 3-3. Projected though at 8-9. 38% playoff chance, 5% division chance, 2% conference chance, 1% Super Bowl chance. Tennessee Titans are currently 2-4. 7-10 projected record. 19% playoff chance, 1% division chance, 1% conference chance, 1% Super Bowl chance. AFC West now, we got the Kansas City Chiefs. They're currently 5-1 at the moment. 12-5 projected record, 99% playoff chance, 96% division chance, 29% conference chance, 17% chance to hoist the Lombardi Trophy yet again. Vegas Raiders 3-3 currently, 7-10 projected record, 38% playoff chance, 2% division chance, 1% conference chance, 1% chance to win the Lombardi Trophy this season. LA Chargers 2-3 at the moment, 8-9 projected, 42% playoff chance, 1% division chance, 2% conference chance, 1% Super Bowl chance. Sorry. Broncos 1-5, 4-13 projected record, 3% playoff chance, 1% division chance, 1% conference chance, 1% Super Bowl chance. As you've probably noticed by now, I have to give every team at least a 1% chance to win the Super Bowl because they're still mathematically alive and they can still technically do it. So, sorry to scratch my nose. NFC East time now. Philadelphia Eagles, they're currently 5-1, 11-6 projected though. 99% playoff chance, 60% division chance, 18% conference chance, 5% Super Bowl chance. Cowboys, they're currently 4-2, just one game back. 9-8 projected, 78% playoff chance, 35% division chance, 6% conference chance, and 4% Super Bowl odds. Washington Commanders, they are 3-3 right now. 4-13 projected though. 29% playoff chance, 2% division chance, 1% conference chance, 1% Super Bowl chance. Giants, 1-5 at the moment, 7-10 projected, 22% playoff chance, 3% division chance, 1% conference chance, 1% Super Bowl chance. NFC North, Detroit Lions leading this division big time. 5-1 right now, at least a 2.5 game lead over everybody else. They're 5-1, 13-4 projected record, 98% division chance, 98% playoff chance, 89% division chance, 23% conference chance, 7% Super Bowl chance. Packers of Green Bay, you're 2-3. 7-10 projected record, 28% playoff chance, 4% division chance, 1% conference chance, 1% Super Bowl chance. Minnesota Vikings, they're currently 2-4, 7-10, those their projected record. I think they have a second half comeback in them. Somewhat. Somewhat, yep. Yeah, I think they'll go 5-6 the rest of the season. 28% playoff chance, 5% division chance, 2% conference chance, 1% Super Bowl. Bears of Chicago, they're currently 1-5. I project them though to go 5-12. 3% playoff chance, 2% division chance, 1% conference chance, 1% Super Bowl chance. Not much hope in the Windy City this year. However, you guys might get Caleb Williams. NFC South, Tampa Bay Buccaneers, you're currently 3-2. Projected record at 9-8, 84% playoff chance, 48% division chance, 4% conference chance, 3% Super Bowl chance. New Orleans Saints, they play tonight. Jacksonville Jaguars, New Orleans Saints is our Thursday night game tonight. Repping the Saints jersey, although I will probably cheer for Jacksonville because the Saints jersey is the only jersey I have for a team playing tonight. Anyway, I probably won't even watch the game, to be honest with you guys. So, yeah, I'm just wearing the jersey because it's a Thursday night team, and that's what I do. New Orleans Saints, 3-3, 6-11 projected record, 34% playoff chance, 25% division chance, 2% conference chance, 1% Super Bowl chance. Atlanta Falcons, 3-3 currently at the moment, 4-13 projected record, 23% playoff chance, 23% division chance, 1% conference chance, and a 1% Super Bowl chance. Panthers of Carolina, 0-6 at the moment. Last winless team in the NFL. Not good for Carolina. It's unfortunate to see too. 5-12 projected that I think they have some wins in them in the second half of the season. 2% playoff chance, 4% division chance, 1% conference chance, 1% Super Bowl. NFC West time now. We got the San Francisco 49ers, 5-1 at the moment, 14-3 projected record. 99% playoff chance, 92% division chance, 33% conference chance, and an 18% Super Bowl chance. Still the best team in the league, still the Super Bowl favorites in my opinion. Seahawks of Seattle, 3-2 at the moment, 10-7 projected, 72% playoff chance, 5% division chance, 3% conference chance, and 2% Super Bowl. LA Rams, we got 3-3 currently, 10-7 projected, 53% playoff chance, 2% division chance, 3% conference chance, 2% Super Bowl. Arizona Cardinals, 1-5, 3-14 projected, 4% playoff chance, 1% division chance, 1% conference chance, and 1% Super Bowl chance. So yeah, kind of crazy what's going on in the NFL right now. First off, before we get into the Week 7 predictions officially, I'm going to name the teams that have a bye while I have this list of 32 up right now, so it's easier for me to do that. So without further ado, here we go. This week's bye teams are the Jets, the Bengals, the Texans, the Titans, Cowboys. Sorry, I'm just thinking. Carolina. And I think that's all. Let me confirm that, though, just real quick with the NFL website. Just going off by heart there. The ones I'm 100% positive buys. So this week, the teams with buys, like I said, Panthers, Bengals, Cowboys, Texans, Jets, and Titans. So that's 6 teams, meaning we have 13 games this week. Feels less than it is, but anyway, though, we do still have 13 games, so let's get into them. First off, we have tonight's game, the TNF game. Thursday Night Football, Jacksonville Jaguars at the New Orleans Saints. I think this game will be interesting for a little while. However, I think in the second half and all that, Jacksonville will be the team that pulls away and gets the job done tonight. I'm going to take the Jacksonville Jaguars in this one. Sorry to burp. Jacksonville 24, New Orleans 14. I gave Jacksonville 60% win probability in this one, New Orleans 39%. Browns at the Indianapolis Colts. This will be an interesting game for a while. However, I just think Cleveland is the better team right now. They just came off a big win over San Francisco. I can see them slipping up, kind of like what Louisville, this is in college though, Louisville Cardinals did against Pitt. They're coming off a huge win over Notre Dame at home. Then they come in Pittsburgh and lose to Pitt. So I can easily see that happening here with the Browns and the Colts game, especially since it's in Indy. However, I cannot pick against the Browns right now, I don't think. I'm going to take the Browns in this one. Final score, 31-21 for the Cleveland Browns, 62% win probability, 37% for the Colts. I might regret that one, to be honest. Next up, we got the Buffalo Bills heading to Foxborough to play the weak New England Patriots. Patriots aren't good this year. And Buffalo's not what they've been last year or the year before. But I still think Buffalo is the much better team. And the Patriots flat out are just bad. They have no receivers. The quarterback is not very good. The running back is... Ramondre Stevenson's like the only good thing about that team, to be honest. And I don't even think he's that good this year. Let's check. I'm just taking our fantasy football because that's how I look at running backs. Like, he's having a good year. He's not bad. He's the 21st ranked running back. So that's not bad. So he's having a decent year. Kendrick Bourne's doing okay, too, for New England. Just picked him up for my fantasy teams this week. Hopefully he does good. So, yeah, it'll be interesting for sure. Buffalo's coming off a terrible loss. I'm sorry, I take that back. A terrible game. They won the game. Just to confirm, Buffalo won that game last week 14-9. I meant terrible game. I'm sorry I said terrible loss. Terrible game. They almost had a terrible loss, though, at the hands of the New York Giants at home. They're going to look to come back strong. They're going to look to regain their skill and get a win here. I think they're going to get the win, and I think it's going to be easy for them. Give me Buffalo in this one, 27-20 over the Patriots. 94% win probability for Buffalo, 5% for New England. Washington at the Giants. This will be a close one. I think the Giants regain their stride this week, and I think the Giants come back swinging. They played Buffalo well last week in Buffalo. This team is better than their record says. They've just had a really tough schedule this year, so I'll give them the benefit of the doubt for this start. This by no means is an elite team. This by no means is a playoff team. We all kind of knew this going into the season. The coach is still good, but it's just a tough schedule. It's a much tougher schedule this year than last. But I'm taking the Giants to win this one in a game they definitely should win. Give me New York 24-21. I gave them a 51% win probability. The Commanders of Washington only 48%. Detroit at Baltimore. This game's going to be probably the game of the week. It's definitely going to be an interesting game for sure. I can see this game going either way. both these teams have talent. They're both pretty good. However, I just think the fact that Baltimore is at home really helps out Baltimore. Although Detroit is going to be looking for revenge after that field goal or after that game in 2021. The Lions, when they were like really bad, they were 0-2. Baltimore was just 1-1. They were winning. I think it was something like 17-16, and the Ravens got in enough drove the field in enough time to set up Justin Tucker to attempt a 61 career-long field goal. Tucker, it hit off the post and went through the uprights to give the Ravens a 19-17 win over the Detroit Lions in Detroit. That like stunned many fans. That was during, I think, Calvin Johnson's it was some ceremony for Calvin Johnson, and that was a disappointing one for Detroit. Detroit will definitely be out for revenge because of that game, I think, this one. But I don't think it's going to happen. I'm going to take the Baltimore Ravens winning this game. Give me Baltimore by a final score of 28-24 at M&T Bank Stadium in Baltimore. 50% win probability for the Ravens, 49% for the Detroit Lions. Raiders travel to the Windy City to take on the Chicago Bears this Sunday coming up. This will be an interesting game for sure. I definitely think Vegas is doing better. They've looked better. They did beat the Packers and the Patriots at home. However, this Vegas team is nowhere near where it needs to be. I still think it's a really bad team, and it's not going anywhere. They have no clue what they're doing. And I think that going on the road is going to be like kind of a wake-up call for them, telling them that, look, we maybe beat these two crap teams, Packers and Patriots, because we were at home. If we were in those buildings, we would have never won. The Raiders aren't a good football team. The Bears aren't a good football team. This one's going to come down to home field advantage. I'm taking the Bears in this one. Give me Chicago by a final score of 24-17 at Soldier Field. 51% win probability for the Bears and 48% for the Silver and Black. Las Vegas. Atlanta and Tampa Bay now. The Buccaneers are at home. They're coming off a loss to Detroit. At home, they didn't play bad, but they certainly didn't play good either. They're creamsicles. Atlanta Falcons coming off a home loss at the hands of the Washington Commanders. Desmond Ridder, unfortunately for him, for 3 interceptions that game. Commanders are going to look to come back after that. Or not the Commanders. Falcon. I'm just looking at that game on my sheet. Falcons are going to look to come back after that. Drake London will look to have another huge game. Hopefully they can get Bijan, however you pronounce it, Robinson involved some more in the rest game. Tampa Bay is definitely going to be ready. It's going to be an interesting game. Game, that's for sure. But I'm taking the Buccaneers at this one. They're at home. They've played really well this year. They've been the much better team in a lot of ways. Baker Mayfield's looked better. I'm taking Tampa in this one. Give me Tampa. Final score, Buccaneers 24, Falcons 21. 61% win probability for Tampa, 38% for Atlanta. We're going to skip over the Pittsburgh game because I'll do that on my Steelers game day pregame. So this Sunday morning, or at some point Sunday, we'll do that. We're going to go now out west to the Emerald City, Seattle, Washington, where the Seattle Seahawks host the Arizona Cardinals in Seattle. Definitely will be an interesting game. That's for sure. I'll be eager to see how the Seahawks handle things. Coming off that tough loss at the hands of the Bengals in Cincy. Cardinals also had about a loss this week. In LA, they lost to the Rams, although they were supposed to be bad, and it's starting to sow now. At the beginning of the year, it didn't sow as bad because they barely lost to the Commanders, barely lost to the Giants, beat the Cowboys, stunned the Cowboys at home. Then the bad stuff started when they lost to San Fran pretty bad. Then they lost to Cincy bad. Now they lost to the Rams bad. It's starting to kick in for Arizona. This record and this team lacking anything really that good, except for like Budda Baker and that. So it's gonna sow. I think this Cardinals team is kind of showing their true colors right now. And so therefore I'm taking the Seahawks easily in this one. Give me Seattle by a final score of 34-14. I do think Rondell Moore, though, might have a good week. 91% for Seattle and 8% for the Cardinals. Packers go to Denver looking to get a win following the bye week. They're coming off 2 straight losses at the hands of the Lions and the Raiders, both in prime time. They have an opportunity now to come back and redeem themselves in the Mile High City against a crappy Denver team this year. So yeah, I read a story too saying they might bench Russell Wilson in November, so that'll be interesting to see what happens. The rest of this year will be interesting because I wouldn't be shocked by any means if a team like Denver or New England goes on a run and makes something out of nothing. I mean, Pittsburgh was 2-6 last year, and they finished 9-8. So do not count out Denver and New England by any means. It's a long season. So don't count those 2 teams out. They might be trash now, but maybe in December they'll be competing for a playoff spot. Everybody counted Pittsburgh out last year when they were 2-6. What did Pittsburgh do? They came back 9-8. So Denver could do it. New England could do it. Yes, it's going to be a tough road ahead. I think Denver's more likely to do it than New England looking at the schedule. But don't get me wrong, it's very well possible. And that's why I don't like the fact the trade deadline is Halloween. They should do this trade deadline 2 or 3 weeks later. Look at the MLB. They don't have theirs until the end of July, after the All-Star break. Look at the NBA. Not the NBA, because that's a horrible example. Look at the NHL. They're just like 5 or 6 weeks before the season ends. Get with the program. We're not even halfway for the season yet, and we're having a trade deadline. Teams don't even know where they're going to be in a couple months. Obviously, it worked out well for the Steelers last year because of Chase Claypool getting dealt, but I think it's too early to tell for Denver. Same with Green Bay. It's too early to tell for them. Look, I know we said at the end of this month, we're going to know who's serious and who's not serious. But there's also room for surprises. I remember my grandfather, God rest his soul, telling me that the MLB season, and I'm sorry I keep bringing up baseball in this, but I'm just bringing it up because I'm going somewhere with football, and it leads into it. The MLB season doesn't truly start until August the 1st. Here's my NFL version of that. The NFL season doesn't truly start until Thanksgiving week. Let's look at the standings last year from Thanksgiving. And this is the whole thing about New England and Denver, saying they could still come back. Let's pull up. This is after week 11, the week prior to Thanksgiving. Because remember, like I said, the NFL season starts Thanksgiving with that Detroit game. Okay, so the Titans were 7-3 last year, going into Thanksgiving. Guess what their record was? 7-10. Lions 4-6 going into Thanksgiving. What was their record? 9-8. Giants going into Thanksgiving 7-3. Record 9-7-1. Bengals 6-4 Thanksgiving. Final record 12-4. Steelers 3-7. Final record 9-8. Colts 4-6-1. Not bad. Final record like 4-11-1 or 4-12-1, something like that. Jets 6-4. Final record 7-10. Patriots 6-4. Final record 8-9. Commanders 6-5. I think they were like 8-1 maybe. Chargers 5-5. I think they were 10-7. 49ers 6-4. I think they were 13-4. Point being is that the NFL season really truly doesn't start and get into full swing until Thanksgiving. So why are we having a trade deadline this early? Come on now. You could do better, NFL. But anyway, that's my point. Denver can still come back this year. However, I just don't think it'll be this week. I think the Packers will get the job done this week. Give me Green Bay by a final score 24-14. 53% for Green Bay, 46% for the Broncos. Now on to these last three games real quick, because again, like I said, I've got to go and get ready for school and do some other stuff before school. And so yeah, let's get to work here on these last three. Chargers and the Chiefs. Yeah, this is kind of easy. Blah. I'm taking the Chiefs in this one, 35-27. 11% win probability for the Chargers and an 88% for the Chiefs. And sorry, that was backwards. Sunday Night Football, Miami at Philadelphia. This will be a very close game. I see a lot of people picking Miami. I definitely know why they're picking Miami. Philly's coming off a loss. Miami's looked very good this year. The Dolphins are playing their best football yet. But I think that the Dolphins fall short. Philly is the Kelly Green. The throwbacks going. Good times rolling for them. Gotta love those throwbacks. Can't wait to see them playing them on Sunday. That'll be exciting to say the least. Yeah, so give me... I think that Philly's going to get the job done. They got that crowd going. They're dancing on their own. Get it? If you're a Philadelphia sports fan, you will. I know it's a baseball thing, and I've talked a lot about baseball on this show, but the Phillies postseason song is Dancing on My Own by Callum Scott Tiesto remix. So that's why I said I think Philly will be dancing on their own in this game. And I think they will be, for the most part, dancing on their own in this game, because I think they're going to be by themselves at 6-1 after they beat their partner, the Miami Dolphins, who they're going to send to 5-2. Oh, so as I talk, the thing falls. So we've had a lot of technical things and weird things, but I'm taking, anyway, point being is I'm taking the Eagles to win this one. Give me Philadelphia. Final score 28-24. More points will probably be put up than this, but who cares? Philly, 52% win probability. Dolphins, 47% win probability. Monday Night Football now. On to the kings of the one-score games. The Minnesota Vikings hosting the San Francisco 49ers. San Francisco's going to be ticked. They just lost to Cleveland. They want to beat another Midwest team. I think they get the job done this week. However, San Francisco has to expect a one-score game, and I think it will be just that. Give me San Francisco in this one, 28-24 over the Vikings. I have San Francisco 57% win probability. Minnesota Vikings 42% win probability. So yeah, definitely interesting times for sure. This is going to be an interesting week of football. That's for sure. So yeah, enjoy this Sunday. For tonight's game, Jacksonville, New Orleans. Big Sunday of football. Monday night game will be great, 49ers and Vikings. I'm looking forward to that one too. So a lot of interesting things on the Week 7 slate of games there this week. Anyway, that's all I have for you guys today. Enjoy this week of football. Have a good one. Take care. Stay safe. Pray for Israel. And as always, peace. See you Tuesday for the recap. Have a good one.